Good morning. It is June the 1st. This is my fourth video. Um, it's been 26 days since my boyfriend was killed. His life was taken on May the 5th. So I've been just, making videos, kind of talking about the journey. The first couple videos were pretty much about the grieving process, the different emotions that I've been feeling. Anger, not understanding why this had to happen, blaming myself. And then here recently, like for the past couple days, I've been in good spirits. So my last video was talking about how I feel bad about not only being in good spirits, but my outlook is a little bit different now on life, on the things I want to accomplish, my motivation, and, like my desire to help other people who may be going through something similar or who may have witnessed something. And, just using my life as a source of light for somebody. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff that I've been through and all the things I want to do in my life, and the trauma that I've experienced in my life, because I done been through some shit, you hear me? Those were the videos, mostly what they're about. I just been, journaling, doing things as outlets. And that's what I wanted to make another video about. Because yesterday I had reached out to a friend. Actually, a friend reached out to me. Shout out to Brittany. She reached out to me. She checks on me. We check on each other. She's also experienced a loss. So I asked her, like, how would you feel? Would you, if there was a way, an outlet or like a support group or something for you to go, with people our age, that have experienced trauma and loss and things like that, like, would you go? I asked her, like, would you be present for something like that? And she was like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Because I kind of shut down, so I said, well, what if you didn't have to talk? She was like, sometimes a lot of support groups, they want you to talk, so I said, well, what if you really didn't have to talk? You know what I'm saying? You just listened to people who experience the same trauma as you, you know what I'm saying? And or a similar loss or a similar pain, you know what I'm saying? And you just listen to them and see maybe how they handled things or how they got through the grieving process, So she was like, I never thought about it like that, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, to me, as for our people, Black people, we don't necessarily have all of those outlets. Like when my brother got killed, I looked for support groups and they were all, first of all, it's a lot of white people, you know what I'm saying? And there's nothing, I don't have anything against white people, but and this is just me personally, this is my personal preference. If I am going to discuss trauma with somebody, and like in this situation, people who are murdered, it's not like they're dying from health situation, their lives were taken, you know what I'm saying? I would like to be around people who I can more relate to, you know what I'm saying, versus in a room, like when you look at the pictures of the people for the support groups, it's like older white people, you know what I'm saying, talking about losing spouses or losing people. And maybe it's not right to automatically assume this or put a stereotype on it before giving it a chance. But it's like all of the options that I would see, I didn't see anybody who looked like me, who was providing, support group or counseling for people who had lost somebody to murder, or to gun violence. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I'm like, Black people, we don't have those outlets. So because of that, we have to find other ways to try to deal with grief and cope. And like she said, she was shut down. She ain't want to talk. She was shut down. Some people do that. You know what I'm saying? Some people get angry. They lash out. They take that anger out on everybody because they don't know how to deal with their emotions that they're feeling at this time from losing somebody. A lot of people drink more. A lot of people smoke more. I am a smoker, and which is probably why my mouth is dry. Since when my brother died, I had just started smoking around that time. Like, I wasn't a person that was smoking when I was young. I literally started smoking when I was like 27, 28. So, and that was to deal with heartbreak. Well, me and my ex would smoke together a little bit, and when we broke up, I was smoking a little more. Just a little more. Like, I could roll a blunt, and it could last me like 2 or 3 weeks. Because one, I would only wait to smoke until my kids were asleep. I did not want to be high around my kids. And, I would only just sit outside and hit it a couple times, so one blunt could last me a good minute. But after my brother got killed, I started smoking every day, at least 4 or 5 times a day. If people would come over to see me and they smoked, then I'm smoking at least 9, 10 blunts a day. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't recognize until, actually, it took me a couple years to recognize, like, and my boyfriend helped me with that. Like, do you think maybe you was starting to smoke a lot because of trauma? You know what I'm saying? Or because you wanted to escape from reality? And so I definitely became a heavier smoker, you know what I'm saying, because of that. A drink or two, a little bit. I've always been a drinker. I got high tolerance. I used to, when I was younger, I didn't tell them, but I would tell them, and I would also do it. I could back up, and I would drink grown-ass men under the table. Like, people used to bet money. We used to have fun when I was younger. But anyway, I'm a drinker anyway. You know what I'm saying? I got a high tolerance. It ain't as high as it was before, but I did start to drink a little bit more. But definitely smoking was like, man, I need to smoke. I gotta get high. I gotta get high. I gotta get high. You know what I'm saying? Just to kind of escape reality, which is cool for a temporary fix. But once you not high no more, you feel that pain. That pain is still there. You know what I'm saying? My younger brother, he definitely started to drink more. He started to drink every single day. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of our people, you usually told, oh, just pray about it. Give it to Jesus. Give it to God. You know what I'm saying? And if that's what you believe, it's nothing wrong with that. But that's not always, you know what I'm saying? That doesn't, I do believe in the Most High for sure. You know what I'm saying? I believe in God. But sometimes, you ask for help, and these are the things that may be able to help you. Like, talking to people, having that outlet, being able to talk to people like, man, yeah, I was cussing everybody out. I was angry. I was getting into fights. You know what I'm saying? I was getting in trouble at school. I was getting in trouble at work. I started drinking more. I started smoking more. I started popping perks more. You know what I'm saying? I started doing heavy drugs, whatever it is. Having that safe space with other people, like, damn, you know what? I realized that too. You know what I'm saying? Now, in recognizing that about myself the first time around, now I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't smoke any more than what I usually do anyway. I don't drink any more than what I usually do. Maybe on the weekends, you know what I'm saying? I may have a glass of wine here or there, but this time I'm doing other things to handle my grief. I'm doing other things to be an outlet for my pain, because now I smoke and drink because I like it, because I want to. You know what I'm saying? Not because I'm trying to escape from reality, because the escape from reality is only temporary. And when reality sets in, that shit sets in and it's hard. You know what I'm saying? So, and then all you doing is trying to chase that high again so you don't feel that pain. But until you deal with the pain, until you acknowledge the pain, like, the pain is here. You know what I'm saying? This happened. We here now. There's nothing you can do about it. So I got to keep moving forward. I have to try to find a way to effectively deal with this pain. I want to do that for people. I want to create that safe space for people, judgment free. And even if you don't want to talk, you don't got to talk. You know what I'm saying? You could just listen. You could just listen. And listening can be just as helpful for you. And then if you want to talk, if you want to tell your story, if you want to, discuss the pain you experienced, then you're welcome to. But I feel like we need that. You know what I'm saying? We need that because we experience a lot of trauma, whether it's a family member who died from natural causes, a family member who was murdered, a family member who got into a crash, you know what I'm saying? A family member who died in any kind of way. You know what I'm saying? The pain is the pain from that person being gone and you losing that person, you know? So just finding positive outlets, you know, finding a way to, one, be okay with not being okay. Be okay with recognizing that some days are going to be better than others. Sometimes you're going to cry. You know what I'm saying? When you lose somebody, like, life feels fucking crazy. Life moves on for everybody in the world. Life keeps going. Life moves on. You know what I'm saying? But for you, it's like, it's weird now. It's different now. You know what I'm saying? It's an adjustment. It's a new journey for you now. You know, to have a new life and to start a life without this person. And it's unplanned. It's unexpected. So being patient with yourself is also a part of it. Being patient with yourself, acknowledging the pain, acknowledging the grief, and trying to find positive ways, you know, to go on with life without this person. And to always know that they're with you. Like I said this, I think I've said this on every video at this point. I talked to my man. I talk to him in the house, anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm struggling, or one example, on the last video, I said I was becoming in good spirits and I felt bad about it. But this week, today is Friday, I think it was actually like Wednesday. Wednesday night was not a good night for me, like, for real. I broke down a couple of times, you know what I'm saying? And I just was like, help me, babe, I'm struggling. Help me, I'm struggling. And yesterday and the start of today have been good. I've been in good spirits, you know what I'm saying? And yesterday I went through the emotions of feeling bad. Like, I feel bad that I'm in good spirits. I feel bad that I have a positive attitude. Thursday, I was in better spirits after I was, you know, asking for help. Like, babe, I'm struggling, help me. And I decided to change my mindset. Because at first I was like, feeling bad for being in good spirits. I was like, why? It feels weird being in good spirits. Why am I, you know, being so hard on myself about being in good spirits when I asked for this man to help me? I said, help me, I'm struggling. And now I feel better. You know, it's still hard. The pain is still there. But I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? And I can choose to look at it as, oh my God, it feels weird to be in good spirits. I don't deserve to be in good spirits. I feel weird to feel okay. Or I can look at it as, thank you. Now I know you're with me. I already feel you with me, but thank you for really being with me. You know what I'm saying? All you can do is move forward. Just try every day to be in good spirits. But if you have those moments where it's like, I'm sad, you know, allow yourself to have those moments. Be patient with yourself. Don't rush this process. And nobody says, oh, it takes about 8 days to grieve. It takes about 90 days to grieve. It takes about 4 years to grieve. There's no timeline on that. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be patient with yourself and allow yourself to go through the grieving process. I didn't want to be around nobody. I ain't want to, you know what I'm saying? And I had to tell my friends, like, respectfully, you know, I love y'all because my support system is lit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. But I don't want to be around anybody. You know what I'm saying? Just give me a little bit of time to myself. Like, give me a little bit of time to myself, please. You know what I'm saying? And everybody was like, listen, we're okay with that. You know, so I took my time. I took my days and Then I was like, okay, I want to see y'all, I want to, but be okay with that. Be patient. You ain't being the a-hole. People who really love you will understand. You need some time to cry. You need some time to scream. You need some time to go walk on the beach. Go sit outside. You live by a lake. Go sit out by some water. Go sit in your backyard. Give yourself some fresh air. Take some deep breaths. Cry. Be okay with not being okay. That do not make you weak. You don't have to rush. Your life is forever changed now. You are on a different journey.